Cheetah. Also from Japan, the man who won in Sochi, Yuzuru Hanyu, will be the last to escape. Machida now waits for Hanyu, who is the final man to take the ice along the rink board with Brian Orser, the two-time Olympic silver medalist. Ladies and gentlemen, from Japan, Yuzuru Hanyu. Love the formal handshake when he takes the ice, too. Javier Fernandez in first, Voronov in second, Yuzuru Hanyu, the Olympic champ, 20 years of age from Sendai. But some struggles this year. Remember that crash at Grand Prix China with Yen Han during the warm-up, 10 days off the ice eventually, controversy in Japan that he actually went back out and skated in that event. And then a fourth-place finish in Japan, barely made it here to the final.
Triple-Lutz, triple toe in the short program, but he still had the highest short program score of the season. He's going to be looking to do that in the free skate today.
Beautiful quad style to open.
Looks on. You can tell he's skating with that confidence and speed.
Very few men to do the Bielman position there on the spin.
For good reason.
It's actually all about flexibility of the shoulders, more so than pulling anything else.
His last Grand Prix was in Japan, and he stayed in Japan to train for 2 weeks before this final, not going back to Toronto to train with his coach, Brian Orser. Brian Orser left him a training regimen that he followed.
It'll be one of the lasting images of this season, unfortunately, after that crash, laying on the ice for that amount of time, bleeding from his chin and his head.
He's so talented that he sort of slipped on his toe pick on that takeoff and still landed it. It's incredible.
Beautiful triple axel, triple toe loop in the second half of the program. That should be over 16 points for that if you factor in great of execution scores. Again, triple axel, half with triple southbound. Just so prepared for this event. Major redemption here.
Call on the triple-Lutz there. So perfect till just now.
Consider the spell a little bit broken, but still, this has been such an improvement from what we've seen from Yuzuru this season. technical score is already 10 points over
It's ridiculous.
the current leader, and he still has this spin and one more after it.
Huh. The defending champ still owns the crown.
He's Olympic champion for a reason. There were so many moments in that performance that just gave me chills.
Two incredible quads at the beginning. Two great triples with the triple axel in the second half of the program. And his style, he's skating like an Olympic champion, chin up. Everything is just so wonderful from Yuzuru Hanyu.
He had such a disastrous performance at NHK, and as Coach Brian Orser said before, I don't think you're ready for this. He was determined to do it, but Brian Orser said there was a silver lining. That humbling experience, every skater has to feel it. It affects you, and it lets you kind of get back on track and fight harder, and I think that's exactly what happened here.
And here in the convention hall, full of people that were holding out hope that there could be some kind of miraculous comeback win for the Spaniard. They have to appreciate this effort.
That quad Sal he struggled with all last season, including at the Olympics, and just did a fabulous job with it here. Triple axel, triple toe there.
And this triple Lutz, the fall on this was just a little hiccup. Close your eyes. Everything else was perfect.
I think Brian Orser almost did at that point. All right, so it's just a formality, the numbers and how big a victory this is going to be. 288.16.
It's a big victory.
It is a runaway for Yuzuru Hanyu, and a major statement, too.
Certainly, and I mean a great score for someone like Yuzuru Hanyu is about 300. 100 for the short, 200 for the long. But this was redemption. This was a comeback of an Olympic proportion.
Listen to this crowd. Got to be a great feeling to be able to stand there and take your bows in front of this crowd after a difficult season, difficult effort, the injury, and trying to come back and making it to the final barely, and then winning over Javier Fernandez and Sergei Voronov of Russia, rounding out the top three. For Fernandez, a meaningful silver medal here in Barcelona at a big event. Check out the Duracell Power Move of the day right now.
And we've got both of Yuzuru Hanyu's triple axel combinations from after the halfway point. He powered through and so technically smart and such a big point getter, Tara.
The rotation was incredible. He rotates so fast. I love watching.
Duracell. The Prudential U.S. Figure Skating Championships from Greensboro. They start January 24th on NBC. And a reminder, you can catch all the action from the ISU Grand Prix Series. Follow your favorite skaters at IceNetwork.com. Coming up next, except on the West Coast, it's your local news. Then Sunday night is football night. America's Game of the Week in Glendale as the Seahawks take on Cardinals on Sunday Night Football. Bob Costas and Dan Patrick hosting Football Night in America. Coverage at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on NBC. Home of Super Bowl 49. For Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski, I'm Terry Gannon. You've been watching the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating on NBC.